Good evening and welcome back to Timberborn, here with our 1000 beavers, where everything is going well. We've just come out of another dry cycle and it wasn't very long and everything seemed fine and everything seemed good, really good. I've done some things off camera. I have expanded the potato farms and we actually have 4,000 grilled potatoes. We don't have any actual normal potatoes, which is weird because this is... Oh no, potatoes are up here, aren't they? Because they're unprocessed. So yeah, so we've got one storage for standard potatoes and one for grilled potatoes, which I thought it made a bit more sense because then they can actually harvest the crop rather than just store them in here and in here. But I probably didn't need to do that, if I'm honest with you, but we've done it now, so there we go. But we have that. That's done really well. We have 4,000 carrots. Over 4,000 carrots. Everything's good. This is all built, ready to go. I've got some extra builders going. Everything is good and fantastic and brilliant. So I think we're about ready to expand on our beavers. We are definitely producing more food than we're consuming right now, which is a good thing. 5 of those and 6 of those. I've not really been looking at the ratios. It was pointed out in the comments to the previous episode and the one before as well, I think, of food and how we got to figure things out. But it becomes a little confusing when you start adding multiple crops in there, because it's easy to figure out how many carrots you need for the people, for the beavers, and how many potatoes you need for the beavers, but it's not easy to figure out which, when you mix the two together, because the carrots and the potatoes, the rate at which they're consumed in the bar is the same, so they'll both drop at the same time. But it's a little weird to know whether they're going to go for carrots or potato or grilled chestnuts. It's not knowing which one they're going to go to. There was an order that was kind of starts at the bottom and works its way up, so they will go for maple pastries first. But I've also noticed that they don't always follow that order. Sometimes they do other things. It's not 100%. So generally, what I'm going to do is we've got these fields here, and I think this is good. And then I'm going to build more houses, and then we're going to see whether the food drops. It's going to drop to start with, but does it continue to drop? Or does it stabilize and start rebuilding again? I mean, carrots, we are definitely in excess of carrots because we have these fields here waiting to be harvested. Potatoes, not so much, but then we've got potatoes in here. So we definitely have an excess of 345 potatoes. So, yeah. Also, we need to build, before I build the houses, some storage down here for the food types, for the food things, because we're going to build out further and do other things here. I have kind of messed up here because I'm like, hey, we can build so many this way and so many that way. I can't go that way that far because we've got this here. We've got the underground ruins. So I can only really go out one more here and one more here, which means if we're going to have 4, then we're going to have a third row, which makes the 6. Wasn't that what I was going to do in the first place? I've forgotten now. I forgot. This is 96 beavers, so I'm going to go... I don't know why I'm doing that. I don't. It's basically 100 beavers, so we're going to need 10 of these. We've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we're going to build 12 of them. So 96 times 12 will be 1,000. Yeah. So we're going to go out one more, and then a long more. So we'll have these 4, and then another 2 here, another 2 here, and then 4 on the back there where these buildings are here. So we got some things to do and go and figure stuff out yet. But what I want to do is I want to put in some more storages here, the large warehouses. And the idea is that I'm going to put in, I think we're going to put in 4. Because each this is a how can I describe this? This is a segment, a town block. This is a town block here, and the town block has got water, and it's going to have at least 2 different types of food. It may have a third one in the center as well, but I don't know what that third one's going to be. maybe grilled chestnuts. I don't know. We're not really getting enough grilled chestnuts to do that. But also we're going to have more types of food as well. So we may have to do other things on these warehouse. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do the food distribution. Because there is obviously if we come down here, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different types of food. There's an 8th one because there's berries as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do the 6 types of food, and then we've got another storage back here as well. I suppose we could do that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I suppose we could do 6. So each one of these is a different start. So like that one's carrots, that one's whatever the next one is. Do them in order. So the first one would be carrots, then grilled potatoes, then bread, then grilled chestnuts. Yeah, I think that would work. I think that would work. That'd be the best way to do it. So this would be carrots, and that one would be carrots. And then these ones at the end won't have an end one. They'll just all feed to the centre. So this block and this block would share between them. It's just getting the food closer by, so I don't have to come all the way over here to pick up grilled potatoes, all the way over here to pick up carrots. It's closer by. So that's the idea. So we're going to build those, and we're going to build a whole new. Those like that, and then we're going to build a whole new segment of housing. We're going to enable the housing building. Let's just turn all these on and turn this on. Boom, boom. There we go. They build those. They build the storages first. So I'm going to let the storages get built, and then make sure I filter them to be the correct things. I might have to actually cut off the entries to them, because I'm gonna miss what they're building, because I'm gonna let it run for a bit. We'll let it build things. It'll be fine. There we go. You can still get around this way. That's fine. That's not a problem. And you're struggling to get down there because you've got to go all the way around. I'm impressed that even works. Around here and back down there. Cool. But yeah, so we'll let that build, and we will come back once this is built. In fact, I want to build this side as well, now I think about it. We're going to open up another 96 slots for our beavers, and we'll let that get done. And then we will have to study some food and see whether we have enough to do what we need to do. So we'll be back once this is all built and ready to go. Okay, so another drought is on its way in 4 days. We're in a drought, sorry, actually, it's not on its way, we're in a drought. Got 4 days left in it, and things seem to be going okay. Our water isn't desperately dropping, we've still got loads over here, but we don't have any over here. So, no, we need to address that. Also, our houses have been built, but we don't have the planks to build the large water tanks. They're coming along, but just very slow. We're not producing enough planks to keep up. I think the issue is that I'm building these platforms which use a lot of planks to build, and the amount of planks that's in here is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And see, I built all the way up to here. We had the path come up here. I've then mined this out. I make that too deep. I can't remember if I made that too deep. No, I didn't yet. So that needs to come out even further, because I would like to at least make the reservoir sort of square for the central pieces, maybe not any further out than that, and we'll do stuff on it. I don't know what yet, but otherwise it looks very strange with just having that there, but we'll see. Another thing I've noticed is that this underground ruin is actually lower than sea level, so I've got to be careful when blowing things up here to not actually cut into this to flood it, because otherwise it will be flooded and that won't be good for anybody. But we are increasing, we're up to 184 beavers. Our food isn't dropping at all. It's still staying just as high as it once was. In fact, our grilled potatoes, our potatoes have gone up. We have managed to harvest all the carrots, which is interesting. You are all set to planting, aren't you? Yes, you're all set to planting. Okay. So we've harvested all the carrots, so that's okay. And over here we've got 193 carrots there. 78 carrots there. Nothing in those. Oh no, 201 grilled potatoes, because these are grilled potatoes. But nothing in there, because that's bread. And grilled chestnuts 4 and 2, because grilled chestnuts aren't really a go at the moment. But I have placed explosives down here, because we want to be working on bread. And I thought this area would be quite nice to do. So let's explode this. Yay. I've had the wall changes. And let's put some more explosives down here. There we go. And then you can reach all the way down there with that little path. Yep, you can reach all the way down there. So we can blow this up, level it down, and then this area can become bread. And wheat isn't needed anywhere near as much, especially with beehives. So I think we're going to have 2 wheat fields. I'm going to leave space for more if we need it. It's going to be up against the edge. Depending on how the water goes when I blow this up, I'm a little concerned that maybe the water doesn't stay down here. So maybe we'll put them here and then put the manufacturers over here instead. Don't know. We'll see when they plant the explosives there. But I just thought I'd bring you back saying that we are done. We are up to 184. We've got 192 beavers in total we can have. And everything seems stable. Seems pretty good. So I think our food is good. I do want to build the rest of these and just kind of slap them out, but I feel like doing it in stages makes sense. Because if I do increase these and then all the beavers grow up and we go from 192 to nearly 400 by doing this here, and then our food does start dropping, you get to the point where, because the beavers are dying of starvation, the ones that they aren't harvesting the crops because they're dead, and because they can't harvest the crops, other beavers can't eat, and it becomes a problem. But I think I don't know. I think we'll be okay. If I'm honest with you, I think this is going to be fine for our 400 beaver storage. Storage of beavers. Yes, we're going to build a storage. We'll build an underground 4,000 beavers, and we'll store them underground. And then, like I say, I've got the beavers. They're just stored. They're not running around. But I do want to build some more hauling posts because we have 39 spare beavers, and we're going to have more than that soon. And I feel as if, yeah, we've got 48 children, so we're going to have loads. I feel as if having more hauling posts will help because these are not filling up, and I'd like them to fill up. I'd like them to take them here. These are all set to desired amounts of 0, so they should be emptying these and filling these. But the haulers aren't doing that, probably because there aren't enough haulers. So let's build some more haulers. Which does probably mean we're going to use more planks, but that's okay. So we're going to build, you know what, we're going to build 2 here, because there's space for 2 here. I'm going to make these the highest priority. So let's put them first. And then we're going to build another one down here, because then that can cover the wheat. Put it there, set that. We can put it that way, fine. Yeah, it's fine. Make that priority. Might put one up over here as well. Potatoes. It's weird. I've left a gap on the end in case we want more grills. So I can't really use this space in the centre. It's only too wide and can't fit anything here. I could fit more farms if I need to. That was kind of the plan. Was going to have grills, and then if it turns out that we're still not harvesting stuff in time, we can put more farms pointed left and right. So I do want to put one up here, but I don't know. We can put it on the end. That wouldn't really hurt it. Also, we could put a grill in here anyway. Put grills in. We'll put one here. We'll put one here. No, not build this up. Put a holding post there. Oop, there we go. Make that priority as well. There we go. So you're the potato one. You two are going to be water. You are generic, but you're kind of carrots as well. So these are going to be carrots there, and this one's going to be for the bread. So that'd be cool. So we just need to place some more explosives, which is fine. We've got loads of them. Explosives are doing well. I even cut down the paper. The paper now only has 1 paper plant going, with 2 beavers running in that. Mainly because I didn't have the beavers. What kept happening is that the beavers were dying off, and I noticed that some of them were dying off in the pumps, and they were obviously getting jobs elsewhere, and I had to turn off the holding post and turn off this, and I thought, do you know what, I'm just going to turn off some of this down here. We can all turn this back on now. There wouldn't be any issue with that all being turned back on. Also getting some more lumber mills might not be a bad thing, but then perhaps logs aren't great at the moment, although we have plenty around. Don't have any down here. We're actually kind of empty down here. These can't reach those trees. This one can. This is the extent, the furthest I can go. And this one can reach these trees just down here. So I'm hoping he comes down and chops them down. We have got... I've basically got like, the whole map covered, saying, hey, if you want a tree, anywhere you like, grab it. Apart from the centre, don't grab these trees. All these trees are yours except for the chestnut. Attempt no chopping there. So we're good. Things are good. So I suppose this is just another check-in. I feel as if this is kind of the direction this series is going to go now. It's going to be the whole... I'm going to talk for a couple of minutes. We're going to explain what's going on, and then we'll be back when it's done, and so on and so forth. So we'll be back when we're ready to explode. Okay, we're back again, and we're ready to explode. Boom. Aha. Oh, we actually turned it green, which is cool. And they managed to place the dynamite. Oh yeah, they could reach over the top. That makes it. So let's build the rest of that. That should be enough to do the thing we need to do there. We might block this edge as well here so we can get easier access to the underground ruins, but we'll do that later. We don't really need access to the metal, to be honest with you. So I'd like to, because we're going to have enough beavers to mine it, but we don't. And ignore the beavers all dying of no food and water and things. I've just been running 24-hour days for a little bit to get this built, because they've been taking their while. They've been taking a while to do it. Let's build these as well. Let's prioritize these. Boop, boop, boop. Come plant here. Hopefully the game is really good. I had my first crash, which was like, no, don't do this, and it was the second I stopped recording the last segment of this. I went over to OBS, I clicked the stop recording button, I came back, and Timberborn went, no, I'm done now. So I've re-added these, the holding posts back in there, the 4 of them. I did do 4, not 5, correct? Didn't do a 5th one somewhere. Really feel like I did a 5th one somewhere and I don't remember it. So if there is a 5th one and it's missing, that's why. Oh, come on, let's add this so we can block this area. Okay, we get rid of that because we don't want beavers coming over here and getting exploded whilst things are exploding. Okay. So that is where things are. So we don't get entirely green areas over here, which is fine. Why are you over here? Oh yeah, we're at 18-hour days now, so they are still working a little bit into the night. I should have done this a long time ago. It was mentioned in the comments previously, and I forgot to change it. Because we don't really have any nightlife. We don't have any nightlife at all now, actually. There's no rooftop terraces or anything like that at all. So, yeah, so there's no point in having them. They might as well work for 18 hours and then sleep with the other ones. So, yeah. We are out of logs, which is a bit of a problem. That's why we're out of planks. We have built everything. Everything is built. These were all built, and they have the stuff. They're all done. All the water ones are done. So we need to start building up our planks. We've got 42 of them, so hopefully we can get more. Maybe we just need more trees. I do need to set up a tree farm again at some point somewhere. Maybe up here above the potatoes, or over here. Over here might make more sense. Oh, we got another drought coming. Wow, that's a quick drought. 6 days. Wow. Ouch. Because you can reach right out to here. So maybe if we put in some maple trees here, I feel like that would not be a bad idea. Let's do this. Let's put a forest ring here. And then the forester can do maple trees everywhere that this can reach. Now, I also want to come in here then, and I want to go, hey, would you be so kind as to remove these things here? I have been trying to remove all the berry bushes as time goes on, but they're a little awkward in some places because But oh, that's what I should do. That's what I should do. We should do this. Pause game. Pause game. We should do this. I hold this. Oh, no, don't do that. There. Just go delete buildings. Hold shift. Oh, there we go. And that gets rid of all the stuff on the floor. I've shown this before. Probably we're going over things again, but I would normally do this off camera, but I just thought of it right now. And yeah, well, why not? Why not? If I delete buildings, it doesn't do that. I can delete all those buildings. Oop. Oop. That. There we go. Okay. And then I can just come in here with the remove resources, and I can drag. I don't have to individually click on things. Don't know how far up here we can get, but I want to remove the berry bushes because berry bushes do spread. If you don't keep them trimmed back, the bushes do spread fairly quickly. Especially when there's no trees around to deal with them. So we need to deal with that. Where's I can run a path directly up here. So that should hopefully get us. Oh, game has stopped. Game has stopped. Do it. Oh, that'll clear a lot of it up. That's cool. That'll clear a lot of it up. And then we can spread the path out here and try and get these ones in the corners here as well. I just want to stop them encroaching onto us, because if you leave them for long enough, they will take over a whole area. I have gone around into other places as well and deleted some. I think here I removed loads. Get rid of them. And there's none up here. No, we got up here and did built the fence here, but yeah, some you see that like here, they spread. So okay, it's you're gonna get built because we've got enough to do that, and then we want to go with maple, don't we? Right, where do you go back? You go back to here. Maple trees. All right, here. Not on this side. We don't do maple, but we could. Do you know what? Why not? Why not? You can reach that side. Let's do maple trees here as well. Why not? Why not? And then you go up to that corner there. Like that, but we may extend the path through here and put in a couple more woodcutters, because I don't think one woodcutter is going to be enough to keep up there. I mean, you're not even going to get back there, are you? Really, by the time you're chopping down the trees. So maybe we'll put at least one more woodcutter. What we'll do is we'll put a woodcutter at the opposite side as well, so there's two doing this. You can then also reach up further up here, because we do have this set to drop down. Yep. Fine, do that. That'd be awesome. Come to here, and there's even more there that I missed. I want to remove. Being careful not to do this, because you can remove resources here as well. These are technically resources. You can remove them using this tool. You can choose to destroy them if you want to. Okay. But what we want to do is we want to get this going down here. We want to get some farming going down here for our wheat. So let's run a path up there. Oh, that's convenient. That matches up to that one there. Not that links onto anywhere else. We can fix that though. Let's build that. There we go. So now there is a path down there as well if they want to. And what we want to do is we want to put in. Well, I really want to put in 2. Yeah, I think we'll put in 2. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a gap in between them. Like this. And we're going to put the farms in between. We'll have the farmhouse there, and the farmhouse there. Doop, doop, doop. Yep. Build another beehive here. Put on. Yep. And then we're going to have storage, and we're going to use mega storage. But we need to process the wheat. So wheat gets processed in a grits mill down to flour, and then flour is 1:1. Then flour gets processed in a bakery to bread, which is a 5:1 ratio, or 1:5. So you harvest grain. It takes 10 days to grow, and you get 3 from it. And from that 1 tile, you get 15 bread, which is brilliant, just absolutely brilliant. Fantastic. Wheat is really good. Normally I don't store the wheat or the flour, and I just store the bread. We just go straight to cooking the bread. I might do that here as well, although I did store potatoes up here. I think it's purely because I was making this symmetrical. That's the whole reason I did that. You see this whole thing is symmetrical here, and there's a little farm here. Between that, I'll get bonuses from that, but yeah. So I don't know if I want to do that down here. I don't think there's a point to doing it down here. It's not like if we were running on water power, then it would make sense. It would make sense to store things, because then you store up the flour, you store up the wheat during the dry seasons, when the water's running. And then when the water's running, it can process all the wheat. But we're going to be running off of Beaver power, so we don't have to worry about that. Yeah, we definitely don't have to worry about that. I just don't know how many we need. You take 0.78 of an hour. Let's just say an hour to process 1 wheat. Maybe 2. Well, we'll unlock this and we'll unlock the bakery. We have enough research for this. They need 60 power as well. That's awkward. It's a really awkward number. 2 is 120. 3 is 180. So they need 2 power wheels each, which is just awkward numbers. Well, not quite awkward numbers, but you know. 2 is 120. That's 3 power. We can do. We can do not like that. We know what the best way to do this is. Those in like that. And we have 3 power wheels that plug into it. Yeah, whichever way we go, it's going to look weird. It's going to look weird. There's going to be a gap, and I can't do anything about that because of how they are. So, boom, I'm going to do that. Do that. That. Out the priority on these. Make sure they build those first. No. That doesn't leave me no, stop that, because that doesn't leave me any ability to expand it. should I want to expand it, and I probably will want to expand it. So how about we just do a straight line, and then we just put the things behind it and not worry about it. Not like I'm struggling for space here, but let's just do 1 and 2, and then we can do another 2 down here if we want to. Because we obviously need paths between them to get things going. Bakery doesn't require any power. Nope, bakery does not require power. Okay. 1, 2, there we go. 3. Oh, yeah, we got a dodgy gap there, but that's fine. Then we could duplicate over there if we wanted to. That's not a problem. We can then build a bakery. So you take half an hour to bake 1 flour into 5 bread, and you take basically an hour. 0.78, 0.42. So it's almost 1 bakery to 2 grits mills. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do 1 bakery to 2 grits mills. There's no way I can get a bakery in here without wrecking the things like that. So, oh, but we can put a bakery here. And then can't put one the other side. Plus we need storage. We'll put a bakery there, and then we'll put the other one. We'll put a bakery back here. That's what we'll do. Okay, I'm gonna put one there so I remember. This is if we need this many. I don't know. I'm gonna pause this. You are to do bread. You are to do bread. You are to do wheat flour. You are to do wheat flour. And then we just need storage, which is going to be a huge underground one, and it's going to be sat right there. Okay, I'll disconnect that from the mains, and I'm going to make that the priority as well. So then we can double up on these and put them this side if we want to. We may do, I don't know yet. Figure it out. Here we go. So yeah, so we'll build that first. Then we'll build all the rest of the infrastructure around it. I'm going to set it to not quite the highest priority, so if I have something else I need to prioritise, then that'd be fine. Then we build all of this, then we build this. Yeah, okay. Everything can be awesome. So, with that being said, let's end this episode with some explosions. We'll blow these up here, and here, and here, here, and then I need to place another layer down underneath, and then another layer down underneath, in order to get down to the proper height that we want. Kaboom! Now, it always seems to be expanding the reservoir during the dry season. Well, dry season's coming up, so maybe we can fill the reservoir a bit more. But we could also do with having a slightly shallower area for our farm, aquatic farm. Maybe we'll do that over here. Maybe we'll do the other side of this as just a 1 deep layer, and then have like dams down the centre so that it fills but doesn't output. And we'll just put our aquatic farms in here. That might not be bad. And we've got our reservoir and our aquatic. The reservoir is part of this. This is all one giant reservoir. And back. Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good to me. So we'll go with that, and we will come back next time. I will let some things here go. We're going to start planting some grain. This is good. We'll have some grain ready for us to go when we're sorted. That needs to get built as well. Our priority. Maybe that farm can come and help as well. But yeah, so we will come back when this is done here. I'm going to keep an eye on the food. I'm going with the food is great. We're actually up to, grilled potatoes is fantastic, so we're really good for that. We're going to add another food one in here. We might just build these other 2 as well next episode, see how it goes, and then blow up some more of these here. But yeah, but we'll do that off camera. I know you like seeing explosions, but I'll probably do that off camera because it's just putting them down, pressing the button, and recording it. Kabooms are nice, but you've seen them. It's fine. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you again in the next one. And until then, as always, have fun.